Before we get into the video, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe. So, a silly mom thought it was a good idea to get behind the wheel of a Peugeot 206 that was considered scrap, and what she did was show off while a 3-year-old daughter and 12-year-old cousin, along with 3 other people, were in the car and they were not wearing seatbelts, and I guess you can imagine what happened next. So the mom, Mary Stokes, did not even have a license. That was her first grave mistake. Her second costly mistake was bigging up her driving skills in an unroadworthy Peugeot 206 that had failed its MOT. And her third mistake was, even though she knew she was doing something so stupid as driving a car without a license, she still put her 3-year-old daughter in the car without a child seat and her child cousin, and she ragged that vehicle up and down roads in County Durham last year. Now she paid the ultimate price, one that you wouldn't even wish on your worst enemy. Mary Stokes caused a catastrophic head-on crash which killed her 3-year-old daughter and her 12-year-old cousin. As well as killing the 2 children, she seriously injured 3 other teenagers, all under the age of 18 years old, as well as the driver of the Mercedes Sprinter whom she crashed head-on into. Again, this crash was catastrophic, it was diabolical, and it was so severe, again it included death. Mary's daughter was actually thrown from the car, and the 12-year-old cousin was thrown from the back seat into the front seat in which she was half hanging out the vehicle. She died a day later in hospital due to her severe injuries. If there's any redeeming qualities about the mom, it's that she pleaded guilty to 2 counts of causing death by dangerous driving, and the court saw fit to jail her for 3 years and 8 months. As part of the punishment, she is also banned from driving for 7 years. Now, you don't need me to say it, but 3 years and 8 months in prison for killing someone is way too lenient, it's taking the piss, but death by dangerous driving is always the case. Now, the car crash was not a one-off incident. I mean, there were so many indicators that Mary Stokes was going to potentially kill someone. During the court proceedings, witnesses came forward to say that they had seen the mother driving erratically in a leisure centre car park accompanied by 2 small children. Other road users also commented that they saw the Peugeot 206 being driven at speeds along the A168 on September 2nd, 2020, the day the crash took place and the young daughter and her cousin lost their lives. The courts also heard that another road user had to swerve out of the mum's way after they were speeding, and the witness commented that he thought she was in a police pursuit from the stupid way she was driving. Now, as for the crash itself, Mary Stokes, for some stupid reason, tried to overtake a car, lost control and then crashed into the Mercedes Sprinter van. This was a mere half a mile from where she performed a U-turn, then sped off in the opposite direction. Now, the van driver was hospitalised for 3 months. He sustained injuries to his sternum, his wrist and his toes. As for Mary Stokes, she sustained injuries to her legs and was actually trapped inside her Peugeot 206. Still to this day, she requires crutches to walk properly. Again, the jail sentence is too lenient, as I've already said, but I guess the harsher punishment is having to live with the fact and the crippling guilt that your actions actually killed your own daughter and cousin. Your name is going to be synonymous with that car crash and the fact that your daughter died and the cousin died from your own actions. Now, there's a bit of a reprieve if this was a genuine accident or an unfortunate set of circumstances where the vehicle lost control due to malfunctions, but this was not the case. When you don't have a license and you drive around like an idiot with small children in the back, you are the only one to blame, and the worst thing imaginable happens. Those kind of memories are going to eat you alive, especially on those quiet nights when you've got no one to speak to. Now, fingers crossed she can turn her life around when she comes out of prison and be a productive member of society. Stay safe,